The fate of proposed developments in Upper Imenti Forest will be determined on July 30th when the Environment and Land Court rules on an application seeking to suspend plans for an airstrip, a state lodge and a golf course. The matter came up in court as Forestry Secretary General George Tarus defended the airstrip construction, saying the government has been building airstrips in forests to speed up responses to a rising number of forest fires. He dismissed the claims that a state lodge and golf course are planned within the protected forest, insisting no such proposal exists. NTV's Margaret Kimathi has that story.
A newly built airstrip stretching roughly 1.5 kilometers cuts through the greenery of Upper Imenti Forest, despite a court order halting construction until a petition challenging the proposed excision of part of the protected forest is determined.
And we use local knowledge.
During Tuesday's proceedings, Environment and Land Court Judge Ogutu Mboya confirmed compliance with the court's earlier directions on filing and serving responses. He gave petitioner Mugambi Manyara and 4 others 4 days to file their responses after their lawyer, Marius Maranya, told the court they had not been served with the State Council's response in good time. In a separate constitutional petition, Francis Awino is challenging the proposed project and the amendment to the Forest Conservation and Management Act. The National Assembly, in its written submissions, urged the court to dismiss the application for conservatory orders, arguing the petitioners had not met the legal threshold required. The matter came up in court as Forestry Secretary George Tarus defended construction of the airstrip despite the existing court orders. He said the government has been building airstrips to speed up response to forest fires, and that the Imenti airstrip is meant to boost the Kenya Forest Service emergency response capacity. In a phone interview with NMG, Tarus defended the airstrip.
We had a fire incident that burnt over 1,000, it was almost 1,200 acres of land within that region. So part of the bigger strategy is to see that Lower Imenti area all the way to the northern frontier benefit from that investment, so that Kenya Forest Service can be able to land planes when needed to respond to fire incidences.
Conservationists have questioned whether such infrastructure belong inside a protected forest at all.
All the national parks, all the conservancies, name them, have such facilities because they are critical infrastructure to protect those resources.
They all have airstrips?
At least a place where they are able to have those small planes or choppers landing.
We have no opposition for development. Lakini, it has to be done wisely. It has to be done without undermining the environment. If Meru need an airstrip, Meru may need an airstrip. But we have a problem with the siting, with the location of the airstrip.
Rhino Ark Charitable Trust is one of the conservation groups that has for years worked on protecting Kenya's montane forest ecosystems, including through fencing projects around Mount Kenya and the Aberdares.
So I'm coming here to engage and to discuss how an alternative site can be formed that will not impact our forest and still provide the same service to the people of Meru.
While Tarus defended the airstrip as critical emergency infrastructure, he distanced himself from reports of a proposed state lodge and golf course inside the Imenti Forest.
No, that is further from the truth, at least that I am not aware. And if it is in the proposal, then of course it will go through the right procedures of having such facilities to exist in our forests.
What do you mean? Wait, we are not building a state lodge in Imenti?
I am not aware, honestly.
But the denial sits awkwardly against remarks President William Ruto made during a visit to Meru on June 28, 2026, which appeared to reference plans for a state lodge in the area.
Mimi nawauliza nyinyi watu wa Meru, mnasema tujenge state lodge hapa? Mimi nasikia kuna wengine wanapinga. Tujenge hapa? Si ndio? Nani anasema ya kwamba rais hawezi kulala Nyeri, hawezi kulala Meru? Si ndio? Si kama tumejenga state lodge mahali pengine, si tujenge ya hapa? Hiyo watu wawache upuzi bwana.
Eti tukitaka state lodge tukimbie Sagana, iko karibu sana. Hatutakimbia Sagana, tutajenga yetu hapa. Vile ulikuwa umeniahidi unataka kuijenga, ndio Madaraka Day ya 2027 ulale hapo, uamkie hapo, uwe na wazee wa Jorincheke, Klaje.
With senior government officials now on record with conflicting positions, the court's ruling on July 30th is expected to give the next legal signal in a dispute that has reignited debate over how far development should go inside one of the Kenya's protected forests. Margaret Kimathi, NTV.